today I am doing the book titles tag today. This is going to be really fun. I love doing tag videos. It's a long one because it is a conglomeration of two similar tags kind of smushed together. I will seek the originator of the tag, put it down below. And the way this tag works is I have to answer certain questions, and my answers to those questions have to be book titles. So I have you placed in a way that I think you can see almost all the bookshelves in my home. First, I've got two bookshelves on their wall behind our couch. I've got two leaning bookshelves. They're not leaning, they're safe, okay? But they are against our walls here in the living room, and I have one in the dining room back there that's a little squat, short one. And I do also have books upstairs that are like on my nightstand and that sort of thing. So I've got quite a few questions to get through. I'm going to try my best to do this kind of quickly, and I guess let's just get started. All right, the first question is to pick a book that is the story of your life. One book that totally sums up my life. I am choosing The Perks of Being a Wallflower because I think that I'm a rather introverted person, and I think that that has gotten me through things, and I don't know, there's perks to being kind of to yourself, kind of introverted, more on the observing kind of spectrum, so I think that this is, it's the closest to what I've got. It's what I've got to work with, so. The next question is to pick a book that describes your perfect weekend, and I actually have that book right here, and it is Dreamcatcher, because my perfect weekend would involve me sleeping a lot, because I don't really get to sleep a whole lot, and I would be catching those dreams. The third one is to choose an adventure I'd like to go on. So this is kind of problematic because I don't have any books that have like places in the title, or like cities or countries or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to choose On Stranger Tides because an adventure would be to go somewhere new, someplace I've never been before, and maybe even like abroad, like to a different country, to a beach. Like, I would be all about that adventure. Pick a book that you would name your child. So this one's kind of hard because it's assuming that the book title is your kid's whole name, but I don't really have a lot of books that have like just a name on the title. So let me cheat a little bit, hold on. Okay, so if I'm picking a book that I can steal a name from the title, Alice in Wonderland, because I could live with having an Alice, but if it has to be the whole title, then Hannibal is probably the only choice that I've got here. Next one is name your ideal job. So this is going to be one of those fantasy jobs that I probably am never going to actually do, and this requires some creative thinking, so I'm choosing the telling because I would love to be telling stories, because I'd love to be an author. I don't think I have the discipline to write books, but like in my fantasies, that's like my dream job. Pick a place that you'd like to visit. Same as the last question, I don't really have places on books. Oh shit. Okay, it's the only thing I've really got, which is Into the Wild. So I would like to, I don't want to live in the forest, I don't want to live in the jungle, I don't want to live in the woods, I don't want to be like, I'm not really a big fan of camping and stuff like that, but I would be okay with visiting the wild and visiting like a campsite. By the way, I'm sorry, I think the lighting is totally weird now. This one's cute. It is, pick a book that is the title of your love life. The title of my love life? The Missing Piece. The next one is to pick a book that is a question you would ask yourself. Now, this is a hard one because how many books have questions in the titles? So I do have an answer because there is one book that asks a direct question. It's my husband's book. I've never read it, but I thought of it when I heard this question, and I don't know if I would ever really ask myself this. My question is, Shannon, do androids dream of electric sheep? Next question is, what is a kingdom that I would want to rule? And I know I don't have to choose a book that has like a land or a country or a town or a village in the title, but I feel like I don't know, it feels like it makes the most sense. So the book I have right here that I would rule, the city I would rule is Hollow City. It sounds cool, like it's like a city, right? And I don't know, can I be honest, I didn't read this book. I read the first book in the series, didn't really like it, and I never picked this up, but I still have it, and it looks really cool and creepy. So like, I would like to rule a creepy, weird city. It's like eerie and mystical, and I don't know what Hollow City is, I haven't read the book, but it doesn't matter what's in the book, it matters what's in the title. So I would love to rule Hollow City. Next question is, name a book title that would be the title of your band. So I'm not musically inclined, I don't have a band, I've never been in a band, but okay, so for me, what kind of music would I play? Like I love I like indie music, I like folk music. Like, I feel like if I was in a band, I would be like the Postal Service. Like, I think I'd like that kind of strange experimental sound a little bit. So I need something that's kind of sounds like eerie, a little mystical, kind of creepy, but not too creepy. Okay, I think I've got a good one. I feel like my band could totally be the Winter People. Hi, we're the Winter People, and welcome. But wouldn't this be a kind of a cool, kind of creepy band? The Winter People. Oh, Jesus. This one I had ready to go. It's what is your current mood? And I chose a separate piece because I feel like I'm at peace. I'm not too in any kind of emotional state right now, so I feel peaceful. And plus, there's not that many books that have emotions in the title, at least not books that I own, so. The next one is to pick a book that is your favorite color. So I had to be creative with this because I know we don't have any books that are just black, green, blue, red, orange. Like no one's book is entitled that. And so, but I do know Tim has a book that has a color in the title. Oh, here it is. The book is Coyote Blue. So blue. Now this kind of blue isn't my favorite blue, but it's close enough. So blue is in the title, so there you go. This next one is to pick a book that describes your BookTube bestie. Now I have 3 besties. I have Paige from Paige's Pages, I have Kayla from Books and Lala, and Holly from Mommy with an IE Ruthless. Mommy Ruthless. So I'm gonna do, like they've both done this tag before, so I'm gonna do it also the same way. I'm gonna pick one book for each of my friends. So this is the one that I've been most excited about. So let me find something. I've got it, it's perfect. I have Fool, You Suck, and The Fuck Up. So you guys debate who's which. I am totally kidding. That was a joke. I would never be that rude. No, I actually did think ahead, and I do have some good ones, which is which, so I will give you real answers. So the first one that I'm thinking of is Paige. And when I think of Paige, I think passionate. I think full of energy, full of life. She has this gusto and this enthusiasm that, like, it feels like she never runs out of energy, and she feels like so fiery. So the book that I'm choosing for her is Blaze, because she's passionate, energetic, and fiery. So that is her. My second BookTube bestie I'm going to be describing is Holly. And when I think about Holly, I think about someone who is just so wonderful and open, and I feel like I could talk to her about anything and trust her with anything. She doesn't seem judgmental. She just seems like such an open person, such like a happy, wonderful soul. And ultimately, I consider her to be such a giving person, and so I'm choosing for her The Giver. I think she is this open, empathetic, kind, warm-hearted person. So I think that she altogether has a very giving personality, so I'm going to give her The Giver. And with Kayla, when I think of Kayla, I think of someone who is just so fiercely intelligent and open and well-read and like intellectual. I mean, she has just this wealth of knowledge and this ability to just do what I'm not able to do right now, which is just articulate her thoughts and just be so aware of so many different discussions and so many different topics. Her Twitter is constantly, you know, flooded with, you know, her opening up these great discussions and these thoughts about, you know, sexuality and gender and race and culture and subcultures and all these different kinds of people. And she's just such a smart person and so well read as a result. As you know, she reads so much. So I mean, I feel like it's so appropriate that I would have to give Kayla the reader, because not only is she a massive reader, like she reads more than any of us, but that also I think has given her such this deep intelligence and maturity that, I mean, are you gonna argue is Kayla not the reader? She's the reader. The next one is, how do you feel about 2017 so far? And this one I had prepared. It was the first one that I thought of, and it was just one damn thing after another. We've had to face a lot of like things coming our way this year, and we just are trying to knock it out the best that we can. But I think this is like the most appropriate title possible. Okay, the next one is to pick a book that is your relationship status. So this is different than the type of like your love life. So this is strictly how you are yourself as being in a relationship. So this is kind of a stretch, but so you can be single, engaged, you could be married, and I think this kind of is a synonym for that. It's united as one. So I'm united because I'm married, legally united. What are your summer plans? Now, unfortunately, there is no book called I'm working every day, or I'm staying inside in the air conditioning. So I don't really have any option. Hold on. Okay, so we do have a plan coming up in a couple weeks. Tim and I are taking a trip to Chicago. So I don't have a book called Chicago. I don't have a book called The Windy City or Windy Adventure or whatever. So close your eyes. Imagine that I am out of my town and I'm in Chicago. And what are you doing? You are imagining me gone. Imagine me gone. That's the closest that I can do, because that's what I've got. And the last question is to name a book that describes your 2017 goals. And I have this book ready to go, and once again, like, there's not really a lot of books. This is way harder than it looks, to go through all your books and try to come up with answers. So the answer is more than this. I feel like I think everyone can say that they're constantly in a state of trying to improve themselves and be better at this and be a better person and be more improved in this area of your life. So I feel like it's always appropriate to say that I'm always striving to have more than this, to have more than what I have, not like in a greedy kind of way, but just to constantly improve and better yourself and your life situation. So I guess that's the best that I've got. All right, everyone, that is the book titles tag, and it is definitely challenging. These kind of tags are fun because I really get to examine my bookshelf and see what I've got and try to answer questions creatively, but it also makes a big mess because all the chosen books are in a disgusting pile in front of me that you cannot see, and then now I've got to put them all back. So these books they may sit here until tomorrow until I decide to put them back, but I always like to end my videos with asking you a question. So I want to know from you, what book best describes your relationship status? And I want to know which book describes the story of your life. That's my favorite one to have been able to answer. So, all right, that is everything. I am out of here. And I've got no more questions in me. I got nothing else to give. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!